where the cold kills life. Only the strong and the silent survive. From ancient eruptions, Siberia was born through firestorms and ice, mountains torn apart, frozen ground, and from that place, warriors in the form of cats emerged. Not ordinary creatures, but living relics, survivors of thousands of years of trial by fire. They were born to rule, not to submit. Amid snowstorms and darkness, they compose the epic of survival, where every claw strike is a verse, and every pounce is a chapter in history. And you, where are you watching this video from? Leave a greeting in the comments, so we know Siberia is not just frozen, but also being heard from all around the world. Welcome to Predators of Siberia, masters of snow and darkness. Siberia, a vast territory covering nearly 10% of Earth's landmass, where time seems frozen and forests rise through eternal ice. From the edge of Europe to the waves of the Pacific Ocean, this land is not for the weak. Winter nights stretch on for months. Temperatures can drop below -50 degrees Celsius. Here, life must not only survive, but overcome adversity to evolve. Siberia is not just the land of snow. It is where nature renews itself through its own harshness. Every species that survives here must choose to hide or to vanish forever. Eyes gleaming from the deep forest, silent footsteps gliding over snow. The shadow of a predator appears, a ghost shaped like a feline. In pine forests, on cliffs, across vast tundra, creatures of the cat family have ruled Siberia for thousands of years. They embody silence, darkness, and pure instinct. Each species, a warrior, a legend, in a land where death lurks beneath the snow. When the sun cannot pierce the thick gray clouds, the forest turns into a white maze. And within this scene, a figure appears, quiet as the forest shadow, but impossible to miss. Panthera tigris altica, the Siberian tiger, the largest cat in the world, weighing over 300 kilograms. Yet it moves like a shadow. In this frozen land, power doesn't roar. Simply existing is enough to command respect throughout the forest. Tigers don't need to hunt every day. One successful strike, enough to survive for a week. If they fail, it means days of hunger, cold, and a price paid close to death. What they control is not just territory, but the biological rhythm of the entire forest. Each male tiger owns a territory spanning over 1,000 square kilometers, a land without visible borders, yet governed by strict rules. They patrol every night, not to hunt, but to maintain their solitary power. Every scratch, every scent mark left on trees is a silent declaration. Don't take another step. They are masters of silence. No chasing, no misses. The Siberian tiger cannot afford failure, because every failed hunt means more days of hunger. In this whitewashed world, one hesitation is death. The prey's carcass doesn't just feed one individual. It spreads into a feast, lasting for the entire forest. The tiger, the killer, inadvertently becomes a giver of life. One fallen prey brings life to flocks of crows, packs of wolves, and even the microorganisms in the soil. The tiger is not just a predator. It is the central link in a harsh cycle of renewal. Not every creature that survives in Siberia needs muscle or speed. Some, like the Pallas's cat, just need to be strange and stubborn. At first glance, it looks like a grumpy old man, with tangled fur, squinted eyes, and a low, burdened gait. But don't be fooled by appearances. Beneath that coat is a warrior living by rules no one can teach. Unlike its feline relatives, the Pallas's cat doesn't pounce in the usual way. It jumps sideways, backs up, then lunges forward, or sometimes just sits still, waiting for prey to pass by. A strategy both clumsy and incredibly effective, where the cold wind cuts through every crack. The Pallas's cat has an unusual habit. It steps on its own tail to keep its paws warm. It's not a cute gesture, but an evolutionary lesson passed down through thousands of generations. When danger comes, the Pallas's cat doesn't run away. It stays motionless for hours, even amid blizzards, howling winds, and looming death. To it, survival fast is not resistance, but blending into nature so completely that no one notices. It may look clumsy, but the Pallas's cat is one of the oldest surviving feline species. No territorial fights, no big hunts, just a rocky crevice, a pika, a calm night, enough to keep a lineage alive for tens of thousands of years. It's not the fastest, not the strongest, not the most powerful, but in this frozen world, the strangest one is the one that survives. The Siberian Plateau, where the cold bites deep into the skin, even in autumn. Elevations from 3,000 to over 4,500 meters. No people, no sound, only life, quietly, clinging to rock and snow to survive. Siberian mountain goats, snow sheep, choose to live here, to stay far from predators. Wide, soft hooves help them grip sharp rocks without slipping. No noise, no traces left behind. They are living mirages, slipping through rocky peaks and snowy crevices. They think they've escaped death. But Mother Nature always finds a way to keep balance. and the keeper of balance, lurks hidden in the snowy brush. The snow leopard, an ancient soul among snowy mountains, a living symbol of resilience, a unique path in the evolutionary journey of the cat family. No one like it, no species can replace it. From the Himalayas to the central Siberian plateau, it has become the perfect creature for snowy terrain. Thin air, steep slopes, winters lasting half the year. For the snow leopard, this is home. Its strategy: silence, extreme patience. They can sit for hours just observing, no movement, no blinking, waiting for the single moment, then launching like a snow bullet. One leap, decisive, cold, breaking the silence, covering over 6 meters in the blink of an eye. One successful jump, survival. One failure, hunger. They are not just predators. Snow leopards are the silent orchestrators of the mountain ecosystem. They control populations of ibex, marmots, and snow goats, helping preserve the vegetation from destruction. One prey falls, feeding a snow leopard for 10 days and sustaining an entire plateau. Amid jagged snow and rugged rocks, death and life always walk side by side. And the keeper of their balance is a white shadow, solitary, silent, beyond rational understanding. On the southern forest slopes of Siberia, where the snow begins to melt and life awakens, hidden beneath dense pine canopies, is one of the planet's most legendary creatures, Panthera pardus orientalis, the Amur leopard. Not as slender as one might think, the Amur leopard is the largest leopard species in the world, weighing up to 80 kilograms. Its thick fur covers its entire body. The long tail, a secret to maintaining balance during rugged jumps through the ancient forest. Its coat, a blend of ash yellow and deep black patterns, camouflages it perfectly among the scorched tree trunks of winter. Unlike its northern cousin, the snow leopard that rules the mountain peaks, the Amur leopard controls the lower layers, where leaves fall, branches break, and unsuspecting prey search for food in the forest. It doesn't need to climb to the highest heights to hunt, just patience, blending with the shadows, striking at the right moment, then vanishing as if it never existed. Living within a range of less than 10,000 square kilometers, and a master of concealment. The world once believed it was extinct, but within the legendary taiga forests, it quietly survives. In a world changing every day, it is one of the last remaining chapters of the wild nature here. The last sunset fades from the forest, leaving a space bathed in twilight shadows. Darkness is no longer a refuge for life, but becomes the hunting ground of another. In a quiet corner of the woods, unnoticed by all, a glint of eyes suddenly flashes. As dusk paints the taiga forest in copper hues, small creatures leave their nest to forage, believing the darkness is a cloak of safety. But in the absolute silence, a pair of eyes watches every breath. Not a leopard, not a tiger, but the Eurasian lynx. Lynx. Unlike larger predators, the lynx doesn't need to flaunt its strength. It embodies patience, a thinking trap, hiding in the right spot, waiting for the right moment, over 1 meter long, weighing up to 30 kilograms. But every step is as light as falling dew. Its short tail, less than 15 centimeters, small, but perfect for lightning-fast turns in dense forest. No chasing, no theatrics, just one strike, fast, clean, absolute. The lynx is the artist of minimalism, every move carefully calculated, each pounce carrying a chance of survival. It doesn't need to roar to assert power, no boundaries to mark territory, just maintaining the forest's rhythm, enough for a predator living as if it never existed. It's just a small link in the food chain, but a piece that keeps the ecosystem balanced, an invisible sharpshooter, and the indispensable soul of the ancient taiga forest. Deep in the Siberian forest, where predators once ruled, now they have become the prey, not of nature, but of humans. Wild cats, survivors of ice, hunger, and enemies, now face a new foe: greed. Their disappearance, not by nature's hand, but by guns and the black market. Their decline is no longer a prediction. It is reality. In 2010, in St. Petersburg, Russia, 13 countries with wild tiger populations held the Global Tiger Summit. Since then, July 29th has been designated as International Tiger Day, to remind all humanity, if we do not act, there will be nothing left to save. International Tiger Day is not just for tigers, it is for all creatures, quietly disappearing under the invisible hands of poaching and deforestation. They are the pinnacle of evolution, witnesses of pristine wild nature. If we do not act today, then tomorrow, what remains will only be faint footprints in the snow and a few last photos in textbooks. Siberia, a land that seems still, yet changes quietly and profoundly every day. Here, there is no room for haste. Every creature must learn to live in harmony with harshness and listen to the ancient heartbeat of earth and sky. From footsteps without a trace to ghostly eyes among the taiga forest, nature here continues to tell its story. Through every creature, every gust of wind, every melting and refreezing ice layer. No matter how many times snow covers everything, Siberia will come alive again, as it always has. The question is no longer whether nature will revive, but whether we will still be here to witness it. Perhaps the world doesn't need us to continue existing, but we certainly need nature. If you have heard the call from Siberia, join us in protecting it, for the voiceless creatures and for the future of humanity itself.